Okay. And everybody pick me up. Those that can see, hopefully you guys have picked me up. We wanted to, on behalf of the Computer Access Technology Department, we wanted to again thank this group and all the other agencies for allowing us to present to you today. Our topic today is accessible daily living technology, daily living management products. Okay, those products that help us, those end users, us guys, vision impaired, blind, to get us through our day. Okay. Now, before I begin, I wanted to inform everyone that this session is being recorded. Okay, so please give us your good side and leave the bad side for another day. Okay, it's not today. Okay. Now, when we begin our day, each of us begin our day, we start our day, and our first thing we start with is a clock. We need that help to get us that boost, because if not, we'll sleep past the time we need to get up. So our day begins with a clock. So there's several types of accessible clocks that we can get that will enable us to get up at that 6 o'clock or that 5 o'clock, or some of us got to get up at 3 a.m. kind of thing. Okay? Okay, so for example, we have, which is where? And for example, in my hand, I have a clock that, again, you with pushing the proper buttons will give you the audible feedback you need to tell you what time it is. Okay, right here. Where's the top button here? There you go. Okay. This one here tells the temperature of the room and all that other stuff, so you know how hot or cold your room is. Right? So not only you know the time, you know, oops, it's a little bit cold in here. Okay? So I got to go adjust the thermostat. Okay? So we can't adjust it by just going to push a button and or lower a dial. We need it to talk to us. Okay? So there are different models of thermostats out there that you can get to enable you to set that temperature. So you want that room to be nice and toasty so that you can get out of the bed and take that shower. We don't want to take a shower or a bath if it's not, oh, thank you, if it's too cold, right? So now that we shut the alarm clock off, we're done with that for the morning, right? We go set the thermostat on, set the thermostat. Well, thank you again. Okay. Then we have to go in there and get our shower prepared, right? So we go in there and adjust the dial. Now, unfortunately, at this time, I'm sure it's out there, but I haven't investigated that far yet to see it. But if you turn the temperature on the in the shower, tell you what's hot or cold, you have to use your old-fashioned, let me put my hand under there, touch it, oops, kind of thing. So it don't say, oh, that's too hot, kind of thing, okay? So you adjust your shower, and everything's good to go. You get in, you bathe up, boom, 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 everything's done, right? Dry off, you brush your teeth and shave, or ladies just do a little makeup if you want to do all that. If not, you take you and yourself back to your room, right? Okay, now you're back in your room. We can't get dressed. Why? Because we don't know one color from another at all. Again, there are things that help us. Where's the color identifier here? Jeez. Where did I stick it at? That's the liquid level indicator. Oh, I knew that. Sure. Okay, you got to be able to know what colors you're wearing. Okay, so you need a color identifier. Okay? And to tell you, so you take your color identifier, you lay out your top, and you lay out your bottom, you lay out your socks, you lay out whatever pieces you're going to be assembling for that moment to make sure they match. Okay? So this cutesy little boy, nice little small portable device. Again, a lot of these products can be purchased through a qualified company that sells accessible products. Okay? For example, here at Site Solutions. Okay? Or there's other companies out there. Okay? Now, let me check my pants, and I want to see if the pants, what color the pants are. I'll take this device here. Again, a lot of these devices for you guys here in this room, we will come around and show you tactily up close what the product looks like, so that you not only hear it, you'll be able to see what that product is, okay? Yeah. And that way, if you need to purchase it, you'll be able to get assistance to purchase the product. A lot of these stuff is very inexpensive, but there are a lot of stuff that is very expensive. Okay, so you want to be able to know how much that is to see if you can budget it into your your daily stuff. Okay, so I'm going to push my button, and black. So the pants are black, right? And then I'm going to got on another outer piece here, my little fleece here. Oh, good. So far I'm doing good. See?
How about this?
Turn right.
Didn't they turn right?
How do you want the other end?
What color is it?
Red, dark red.
Dark red. So she has a dark red. See, they gave two colors, so maybe there's an undercolor into that dark red. Okay? But again, now you got your color identified. Now you know that you got your socks and your pants and your top and whatever else you're wearing. You got all your colors. They all match. You get dressed. Okay. All right. Now that you check to make sure everything matches down to your feet, right? Now, those of us that are, when we say light impaired, you can't tell whether it's dark or light, or you just want to know if it's sunny or dark or whatever kind of weather, or you want to make sure that when you leave the room, the light is out. Okay? We have what you call a light detector. So this device is handy because it's got not only color, but it also has a light detector on it. So you see, I'll push this button. I think the top button here. Now, as it pitch, see, as it's going up, it's telling you where the light source is, or it's light in the room. See? Oh, I got to go to the light switch and flip that off. I don't want to leave that on because I'm not trying to run up a bill, right? So I want to make sure that the light is out. Or you want to see if it's daylight or dark outside. If it's light out there, that'll give you some indication of what is. Okay? Now, we got all that discussed. Now we got to proceed on our day, right? We leave upstairs and we go downstairs because we got to get prepared to either eat and get our lunch prepared or whatever we need to do to take with us as we're going out the door. So now we assemble ourselves to the kitchen.
One of the things everybody needs in the morning, that first thing you need in the morning.
Coffee. Coffee. Yes, if you're like me, gotta have a cup of joe. They get started. Can't start without it. So now, there are again accessible products for that as well. There's what they call a talking coffee maker. Okay, you have your 10 cup, 12 cup, okay, that you can preset. Okay, the time you want it to start brewing. Okay, now you have to do the work of putting the amount of coffee you want in there, for how many cups, the amount of water you want in there, and the time you want it to start. So if you take about an hour and a half to get ready, and by the time you get downstairs it's 7:30, you want to start that bad boy at 7:25. So as you're walking down the step, smell of coffee all through the house. Okay? Now you're ready. get in there, you grab your cup, right? Okay, now, and get ready to, put that there. Where's our liquid level indicator?
Right there.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Go back.
Yeah.
Okay, where's that cup? Oh. Now, so that you don't make a mess and spill the coffee everywhere but in the cup, or put it in the cup and gets on the counter and the floor, and on those nice clothes, you just use your color detector to make sure everything matched, okay? You're going to need a device, okay? Now, I'm sure many of us are familiar with the old standard liquid level indicator, okay? A device that lets you know when the cup is about to be full. We don't want it to overflow, right? So we have our liquid in the cup, because we done put the coffee's done. We pour the sugar in there, put our cream in there, and now we pour the coffee. All right? So now we take the liquid level indicator and we place it over the cup. And once the little prongs at the end of the device hit the liquid, it should let you know. Okay? Let's demonstrate. See? Let you know that you're coming at the edge. Now, I would recommend that when you hear the first beep, 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 stop.
Yeah.
Take your cup. Stop. Don't keep going. Okay? Because if you keep going, it's going to keep beeping. But guess what? All the liquid is flowing over, down on the counter, on your pants, on your shoes, on the floor. Now, you just added some more time to your day, because you got to clean that up. We can't leave that there until we come back. Or leave it for somebody else to deal with. You made the mess, you clean it up. Right? Okay. Now, I'll put that down before I make a mess. Okay, there. Now, okay. All right. Now, once we've got that out the way, now we got our coffee together, we're drinking it. Now we got to get our food prepared if we're going to have breakfast and or lunch. Okay? Now, where is my food scale? To my left. Here we go. Okay, now, we've got to make sure it's on. Okay, there you go. Okay, now we want to put so that if we got to know how many grams or ounces or in when we're making something, cake or pie or pancakes or whatever, and we need to know the ingredients, how much something is. We have what we call the talking food scale. All right. So we'll place this item on there. It should. It reads, now that's a little low, but
3.5 ounces.
yes, it's ounces. So it just told us how much that weighs. Okay, because if we're on a diet, or if we're trying to manage how much of whatever we're putting in intake, we want to make sure we have that amount, not an ounce over. Okay, so that would tell us right there, our talking food scale. Okay, all right. Okay, then we go about the business of getting all of our ingredients together, and now we're done with the food scale. We put it aside, put all the stuff in our bag, get our plate out to get our breakfast together, and now we're happy. All right? No, we're not happy yet. Why? Because we need to heat this up. Okay, we need to cook this a little bit, or whatever the case is. All right, now there's another device called a talking microwave. Okay? Yes. Just for a personal story, my children surprised me, and that's what I got for Christmas. Yes, nice. It showed up one day. I came into the building, and my manager nicely told me, "Miss Calhoun, can I see you?" "Yes." I came over, she said, "You got a package here." "All right, I'll come to the door." She said, "Oh, no, no, no. You're not going to be able to carry this package. I'll have the maintenance bring it up to you." Brought the box up, set it down, opened it up, and to my surprise, it's talking microwave. Okay? Now, there's several models out there. This one is a Hamilton Beach model, which my children got from Independent Living Aids. Okay? Again, now this one here is about 13, maybe 15 cubic feet, if you will. And it has, on the one side, it has 6 buttons, which encompass the time. So if you want it, it's broken down so that if I want the item to cook for a minute, up to 6 minutes. Okay? So I just push one of those buttons, 2 minutes, put it in there, boom, push the button, it says 2 minutes to cook, express cook. And when it's done, beep, open the door, pull out my meal. Okay, now with that, it has another dial that has preset items, such as baked potatoes, a dinner plate, popcorn. Okay, you turn the dial, and you say it's a dinner plate. Push the button, and it'll heat up the item for the appropriate time, preset time. Push it, when it's done, it beeps. Right? Now you're done. Open the door, pull out your item. Okay, then underneath of that, it has 2 other buttons. One button says stop, and the other button says loud or soft. So if you need to hear, you will push the button, it'll say, it'll talk louder. It'll say louder. If you want it soft, you push it, and it'll say lower. Okay? Again, accessible. I'm able to reasonably cook or heat up any meal without having to call Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mary, Jane, or Sue. I can do it independently. Okay?
One other option also, so if you're not using your microwave and you're cooking, maybe you can be talking thermometer temperature to your internal temperature.
So if you're putting that bad boy in the oven, that's a good idea. You cook to make sure it's done. You get an internal, that thermostat, as she's saying, you put it in that bad boy, and it'll tell you what the temperature, internal temperature of that meat is. Right? If it ain't this degree, it ain't quite done. If it ain't that degree, it's not quite done. Okay, we don't eat raw food, right? Okay, good.
Question.
Okay.
Yes.
With a talking food thermometer,
Yes.
how would one know if they were cooking, say, a small chicken or turkey, a large chicken or a small turkey,
Mm-hmm.
when you insert that thermometer, that it will be done?
Okay. Now that's where a little research would have to come in. Okay. You would, in your packaging may say what the internal temperature should be, or you may ask someone, or you go in and Google it if you got a computer. Okay.
I can answer that.
What's the answer to that, Michael?
Internally, something like the chicken or turkey should have an internal temperature of at least 165.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I forgot we had a chef in the house.
So you would call, you would call someone that you know reasonably knows, or if it's written on the packaging, or you would Google it. Okay? Okay. Now, without further ado, that ends my piece for the moment. And I'm going to pass the baton over to my colleague, Ms. Diane Rivers.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Excuse me, this is Mary from Montgomery County.
Yes.
Question, regarding the, talking thermometers and there's also talking can identifiers and things like that. Where do you get the batteries? Because some of these things, I don't even know what kind of type of battery they take. And I went to one of the hardware stores around me, and they didn't even know. They didn't have batteries. So where do you get the batteries for these things when you need batteries for them?
Hi, Mary. It's Candy. It's been my experience that a lot of talking devices for daily living products take button-sized batteries. And ironically enough, I have found button batteries at a dollar store. It's
Oh,
a
wow.
matter of taking your battery out of the gadget and taking it to that dollar store and see if they have it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the same thing with talking watches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Candy.
You could also notify the manufacturer of the device you have,
Uh-huh.
and they're able to tell you, or they might be able to send you a battery themselves. But
Oh,
check
right. Okay.
the company too. Okay?
Yes. Okay, thanks. Any other questions here while we have this off mute? Any other?
Is there anything that talking that would read directions on a package? And they said that.
Did you hear that?
What's your question?
I think we heard is there a device that will read packaging?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't-
directions, yeah.
We're going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thanks. You can unmute. Okay.
Again, good morning to everyone. My particular part of this kind of intersects with some of the things that John was saying about how we get up in the morning. Some of us have the exact routine which he spoke about, and others of us have a slightly different look of our routine, and that's because we take medication. So there's, I don't know how everybody else does it, but, you may actually get up, do whatever little waking up thing you do, whatever your regimen may be, and then you sit beside the bed and you pull out your pill box and you take your medication, or you stick your finger to get a glucose reading, or you take your blood pressure. Anybody, this happens with people?
Yes.
Right? I know it happens with me.
Yes.
Now, I am visually impaired, but I can see large items. So my blood pressure cuff is one that exhibits large readings for me so that I can actually see it very clearly. It also has a memory in it. Excuse my back. It has a memory in it, so when I go to the doctor every 3 months, I can tell him on an average of what my blood pressure was for a particular period of time, because he's going to ask me, how's your blood pressure doing? What are you doing about your blood pressure? This model is for a visual model in that it will bring up numbers that are large enough for you to see. And of course, we also have those blood pressure cups that speak to you, okay? Now, Miss Pat.
Yes.
I think Miss Pat, I have somebody to demonstrate something on. I'm going to ask Miss Pat to come on up here for a minute. I'm going to move. I'm going to have you come all the way up here to the front because we're going to put you on the camera. Okay? You're going to be on television. This is live and televised. I'm going to turn it like this because you're going to have to rest your left arm. Yeah. I got you. Okay. Now, don't be frightened at reading. Okay. Now, I've been told by Miss Pat this is something that she actually does with her own blood pressure cup every morning. Excuse me, once a week. I do it every morning. Of course, I come to work, so that would be why I need to do it. You did? Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Making sure that the device is placed on her arm in the right way.
It has to be in the right position, and the cord has to be facing toward the actual machine, okay? Now, it's very simple in terms of the application. You just push the button. That's more simple.
Be sure that the cup is at the same level as your heart. If you don't reach it, keep quiet.
I don't know if you could hear that, but it just gave instructions on how this is supposed to be accomplished. The voice is a little low. It is now inflating the actual cup. You can hear that. And now it's winding down to bring up her pressure. Just take a minute.
Systolic pressure is 177 millimeters of mercury. Heart rate is 73 beats per minute. According to World Health Organization.
I don't know if you could hear that. It was kind of low, but it gave both the diastolic and the systolic pressure, the top and the bottom. Also, it gave her heart rate. In this particular model, you get the heart rate as well. There are some that give varying different kinds of additional information, like your pulse, for instance. Okay. So now, it doesn't. None of the ones that we've tried so far speak very much louder than this, because I'm pretty sure that they have an expectation that this is going to be done in the privacy of your own bedroom or something like that, so it wouldn't be heard within an audience. So please forgive that. You didn't hear the sound probably, but rest assured that we did hear something coming out of the machine. Did you not, Ms. Pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. All right. You're
So is she gonna live?
Yeah. Oh yes, she will live.
We'll be sending her a bill at the end of the day. If that didn't do it, the bill will.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pat. I appreciate your help. Thank you. Oh, she took a bow. That's the heart.
She's hired.
So we take our blood pressure. That's one thing that we do. And for some of us, the other thing that we might do will be, thank you.
It needs to be on the table.
It's on the table? Okay. All right. The other thing that we would do was do a glucose testing, right? Now, the particular device I have right here now is a enhanced. It's kind of dated a little bit. You will find at many organizations that sell these types of products that the technology is far advanced. I believe Bayer has one that's, as soon as you take it out of the box, it's pretty much prepared to go. And they're not seriously expensive. I looked up 2 or 3 of them, and I didn't find one that was over $40. And they range in price. And it's a good little thing. Now, this one in particular, this one will start. Now, I didn't take my reading this morning, so you all will have the pleasure of seeing how I scream when I get pricked. If I get pricked here, let's see. Okay, where is the Jonas Logic here? Trying to put the little sticky thing in here. Yeah, there it is. Hell, you got one in here, I think. Okay. Just a moment, please. Candy, you back here? I can't see it. I can't see this one. I can't see this one. Could you help me? Could you put that in? I can't see what in the thing. Is that the pointing? This is the point, and take this off. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. It's a little smaller than the one I have, so I needed some help in getting it together here. As most of us know that nowadays our little test shields do not come with any numbers, so you don't have to actually gauge this anymore. But the point is that it will tell you, okay? It just says a blood glucose test, and it asks me to apply blood to this test strip. So that's what I'm going to do. If it doesn't hurt. If it hurts, we don't know. That hurt. It comes with a musical accompaniment. And my glucose reading is 174. That is extremely unusual for me. It's usually 98. Gee, I wonder why it can be so high right now.
We're not going to discuss that until next week.
But this one, I've just been told to use the food scale. As you see, the voice was initiated when I put the blood went on the blood strip, and that's when it began to talk. When you put the stick in, it will say, go ahead and do the blood stick. Once the blood is taken, it will then tell you what your reading should be. Okay? I took one for the team on that one. For sure.
Hi, Diane?
Yes.
Hi, it's Mary again.
Yes.
I'm always full of questions. Over the years, I've spoke with many clients who have always, said they had a hard time with getting the blood on the strip. Are there any talking devices that would make that easier? I mean, the one that I know of is the Prodigy Voice, but are there any that, have solved that or at least help with that problem?
I have not heard that such thing exists. I hadn't heard that was too much a problem. When we say we're having a difficulty with getting the blood on the strip, is it location or what? Or to get it fully on the strip?
Some people say that they don't get enough blood on the strip.
Well, go ahead. Candy has a response.
One thing that I witnessed with a couple of clients who need to check their blood sugars is when they put the stick in their device, pardon me, they make sure that their finger is very close to the strip so that when they do the stick, they're in a close enough proximity and they squeeze. They have a napkin or paper towel or something under their hand and their device, because some of us don't bleed as readily as others, so they may stick their finger and squeeze for an extra couple of seconds. And with the strip in proximity to your finger, you should be able to get it into the strip. But it's a matter of lining things up properly. It does take practice, but it can work.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Oh, okay, we have a question here.
This is Tom from Montgomery County, and I have a friend who uses insulin in a syringe, and she needs help knowing what the dosage is on the syringe. do you have any applicable equipment there that could help?
Are you speaking of how many millimeters of insulin draws into the syringe, or are you talking about how many units a syringe holds?
Yes, how many is drawn into the syringe?
If the insulin is pre-measured and in the stick, as you can turn it on some of them and hear clicks for each unit of measurement.
Yeah, those are the,
So,
flex pens.
Yeah.
those are flex pens, okay, so, and I think that's pretty much the coming thing in terms of being able to self-inject for insulin.
Yeah.
So there are some that you're going to be able to hear the number of units tick off every time you turn it. You'll hear. You just count the actual clicks to determine how much that's on the flex pen. Okay.
But with a syringe, if you're trying
You said
to
syringe?
fill,
I'm sorry.
there is a device that came out a number of years ago. It's pretty reliable if you really learn to listen to it. So it's a matter of practicing with water to draw it into the syringe. And to tell you the truth, it's so old because I used to demonstrate it to patients when I was doing low vision, working with the doctor. You can hear the clicks. I apologize. I don't have the name. I will try and get that for you before the end of this presentation.
Thank you.
Is
That
that
was Candy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of it.
I'm sorry?
Okay. Is that something like a click count
Yes,
count a dose or something like that?
that's what she's saying, yes.
Counter dose.
Counter dose
Oh, okay.
is what she's saying, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All righty, thank you. Okay, so we've done our stick, we've taken our blood pressure, now we got to take some medication, okay? And I came across something I thought was extremely interesting. Unfortunately, we don't have a piece to demonstrate to you, but it's something called a Medi Center, and it's a month-long medication organizer, and it is set up in staggered in rows like stair steps. Like the first week of the month, second week of the month, third week, so forth and so on. So it's set up like that.
It's very good.
And this young lady said that she uses it and it's very good. That's testimony right there. It is a very interesting product. It has 31 days of individual boxes that you can utilize for the purpose of setting up your medication monthly. I know every Sunday evening I spend a little bit of time fixing up my weekly medication dispenser. Okay, so, and then, I have to do it every Sunday. So just think if you have one for a month, 31 days. And plus, I think, and I'm just guessing that this will help you control your medication refills too, if you did it like that. I'm just guessing and just thinking that that would be a good plan too. So we've done all the things that we need to do medically in terms of our blood pressure, our diabetes, glucose check, taking our medications. Suppose we get downstairs, as John said, and sit down at the table, and we're waiting for the coffee to come out, and all of a sudden you stop and you think, I'm feeling not so hot. I'm not feeling really all that well. Wonder what's wrong. Feeling kind of flushed. What's the first thing you do? Besides eat something. That's what Lillian said. Eat something. Take your temperature. Take your temperature if you're not feeling well, right? So we know that there are several different kinds of thermometers that we can either place in our ear that will talk to us and tell us what the temperature is. For people who are visual, there's another one that you can swipe across your forehead and you will get the temperature. Most of these these thermometers are battery operated. And again, we come up with the issue of the actual, and they're circular batteries too, all the ones that I took a look at as well. So you would take your temperature and you will be told what your temperature is. And then from there, you make a decision whether you're going to go to the doctor, you're going to take some medication or something of that kind. All right? Any questions?
Over there, Pat.
Pat, Miss Pat here has a question.
I just wanted to add, I have a thermometer that talks to me. It not only, it tells me what my last temperature was. And then then I push a button and it tells me today's temperature. So
Okay.
It holds it in there.
So like a lot of these new products, thermometers have a memory, and it will capture past temperature readings, just as these items that I showed you, the glucometer and the blood pressure cuff, they also will keep a memory, they have a memory of your blood pressures over a period of time, as I said, so you can report out to your medical practitioner what your current state is when it comes to blood pressure and glucometer readings, and now, as Ms. Pat has said, temperature as well. Any other questions?
Miss Elaine.
Miss Elaine.
Yes, I have a hearing aid, and I really have a hard problem putting batteries in it. Is there anything that can help me?
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you, but
Use your CCTV.
I was going to say, oh, that's a good idea if you have a CCTV. And Connie has a response to that.
I have pamphlet on one that you don't need to put batteries in, a charger. I'll have to find a pamphlet for you.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Connie is suggesting that there may be a charger that is available for her to charge her hearing aid as opposed to putting the batteries in. I think that's a good idea. Any other questions? Any other locale? Thank you very much.
All right, this is Johnny Lynn. All right. I'll discuss a couple leisurely products today. Okay. So now you did your workup and took your medicine. All right. So the next thing you want to do is maybe do a little exercise. Okay. So if you want to go walking a little bit, you have your talking parameter. Okay. It'll tell you how many miles you walked and so forth. Okay. So now you got your exercise in. So maybe you want to go shopping. Okay. So now you need to find out how much money do you need, or how much money you have in your wallet. Okay. So you have your talking money identifiers. Okay.
Got it?
Down to one. Okay. Okay, so we're going to try one of them. This one is a little bit good size. Okay.
What's the money? You got money? She got money.
Right on the other side. Okay.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
So this is 20. Okay. And then we have another one, which is called the iBill, which is a little bit smaller. Okay, so that fits in the palm of your hand. Okay. And this one, you have to push the button on the side. Okay, told me it was a 20. Okay, now they're supposed to have a little bit better model for the smaller one, because sometimes when you put this one in your pocket, you accidentally hit the buttons. So they have one where the buttons are more insert, so you're not pushing the buttons as much. Okay? So now you figured out, okay, I got some money on hand here. Go to the store.
Johnny Lynn?
Yes.
Excuse me, This is Mary again from Montgomery. You mentioned the I-bill, but what was the first one? Did you mention the first one before the I-bill? Because I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry?
See the name on this one?
No teller 2.
No teller 2.
Note, N-O-T-E?
Yes, no teller 2.
Note teller 2, okay. All right, thanks.
Well,
Okay. So now we're going to go to the store, and maybe they said they had a little sale, and you want to get a couple of products, and you just wanted to know how much if you added them up. So you have your talking calculator. So you have the larger ones, and they have some other ones, of course, smaller, and also if you're going to school or something, you have your scientific calculators and your graphing calculators. Okay. So if I turn it on, and of course it's like a phone thing, so you got a little raised bump on your 5 here.
5.
And
6.
just turn it on.
5. %, 0. Plus 6. 6. Plus. Equal 1, 2.
Okay. So that's your talking calculator. And it has an off button. Okay. Now, the next thing, as you in the store, you thought about, well, before you went to the store, I wanted to get some curtains. Okay. But you said, I don't remember what size it is. So what do you think you need there? You need a tape measure. So you have a talking tape measure. I can't find it.
Error, tape is not in.
Okay. So let me see, measure from maybe this table down.
Error, tape is not in.
Let's put the tape back in. And it's not working for us right now.
Error, tape is not in. Error, tape is not in.
British accent.
Yes. It's a proper tape measure.
Yes, but it should tell you inches, and it also can tell you metric sizes, okay? All right. Yes, it's being very temperamental today.
Much like us people sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got that, and you can buy your curtains or rugs or whatever to measure that. So you come home and say, oh, I need to relax. Well, you come home and you want to put your groceries up, right? What you have, and you say, oh, the person maybe didn't put them in the order that you like them to be. So you would want to find out what that product is. Okay, so what you would do, we have what we call an ID mate. Okay, it's a barcode reader. So on most products, okay, so they have three different types of these, okay? So one is called ID Omni, one is a Summit, and one is the Quest. The Quest is the new one, and you can actually has a money identifier on that one, and an MP3 on that one. So these are probably very expensive, but you know, you could try to work it out, no? So I'm gonna try to get this can, hopefully. And it also says continue, so it might give me more information. Package size. 18.5 ounce discount.
Besides, eh?
Okay. Now, also with some packages, it depends on the barcode. Okay, they'll actually tell you the instructions on how to fix that product. Okay. All right. So now, if you are not able to get such device, we have other devices where only thing you would need some visual support at first to tell you what that product is. Okay. But we have a device called the Pen Friend. I don't know if Connie want to come up and help with that. Oh, she's got that. So size of maybe, what you say, a little thick, long.
Like a remote.
Remote, yes, real thin.
Diamond, is that cheaper than the other?
Yes,
Yes.
this is cheaper than the other. Okay, but so let's see if I can turn it on here. Okay, so person will tell you what the product is.
Okay. Verizon is a product where you can use labels, and with the label you can put it on a can or a CD or a book, and it only has 2 buttons. You push the first top button, and that's the power on, power off. The second button is the record button. And what you would do, there's a point, and you would put the point on the label. And then you press the record button, it will tell you, and then you would say, can of corn. And then you can remove it, and then when you're going to look for the can of corn in your cabinet, you put the power on, and then you push, I don't know,
Put it on.
you just have to put it on the label.
On the label. And it'll tell you what that is.
See if I can find one here. Sure. It might have, but let's see.
This morning.
Power on. Okay. It was kids, some of the in
That
ideal.
was a young boy, he said his name.
So it's a can of Aaron.
And Aaron.
Is there another label? Let's see. Because it should tell you, like, new label. Let's put it on something like hard surface.
It says this is a new label, so now she's going to record.
Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna push the record button. Can of corn. Oh. Can of corn. So it says finish. Now I'm gonna touch it. Oh, I guess I didn't have it on right. Okay. Can of corn.
Gotta make sure that you have good diction to the point where you can understand it should you have to get that item again. So you don't want to be muffled or speaking
So they have
foreign language.
two different
Connie,
ones.
what happens when, like, someone comes home from the store and they bring home the groceries? You put the grocery cans where you normally put them, and someone else comes home and switches everything on you.
That's why you
Well,
need
then
to
you have to have,
mark
Because I'm
it.
really getting very frustrated.
you either mark your cans or labels and, or so you can use them over, especially if you're working with cans.
Yes.
I would attach them to a piece of cardboard and then with a rubber band, put a rubber band, it powered off, okay? So what I would do is put the label on a piece of cardboard and then punch a hole, attach a rubber band, and then you can reuse them. So when you open up the can and you don't throw the label away, okay? Because the labels can be reused. So you can use an old label.
Can I also suggest something?
Yes.
There's a sighted person that can help you put all your products in lanes,
I thought
in roads.
messes them up.
Well, you have to tell the sighted person or the sighted people who live with you. If I put something where I put it, make sure you put it back.
Right. That's why if you got like a row of corn, a row of carrots, a row of beans, a row of this.
So that's why this device is pretty good, so you can utilize that, okay? So also, and these are,
It's really hard because sometimes I open up the wrong thing and then,
yes.
I get really trapped.
So that pin friend would be good, and also we have one here called the Viacom, the VoxCon.
Thank you.
Okay, so the square box has cards to it, okay? All right, so what you do is put the card in the little box, press down. And sweet potatoes. Okay, now on here is a button on here. You can reuse these labels. They can be also washed. You can put them on your clothes. Okay.
See, because I'm colorblind and I can't tell. And this
So
one day I got all dressed and my son had come over and I'm not trying to be funny, but he told me I looked like a clown. Because I had everything, I couldn't tell what I was wearing.
Well, if she's, that card that she's using, that's a plastic card that you put in.
Yeah.
But if you use the pen friend, they have labels that you can put right in your clothes.
yeah, you can stick them here.
Stick to
Iron
your
them,
clothes.
iron
Stick
them.
them into your
Yeah, iron them
clothes.
to the clothes.
Oh, Arnold.
Yes. And that's the same thing with the barcode reader I have. I showed you just a minute ago. They have labels that come with that and that you can iron on to your clothes and you can tell what that is.
Thank
Okay,
you very much.
but since this is a little bit more inexpensive here, this would be good. And you can record over the ones if you finish with that one. You can record over it. So it's a button on the side here. So if I press that, push down the card, string beans. Okay? All right, so that's called the VoxCom. All right?
It is.
Johnny Lynn, did you mention, with the pen friend, some of the bigger labels, that the square ones, you can say if you were labeling multiple cans, say you go to the big supermarkets and you buy 8 cans of corn. You can take that and put, say, it only repeated once, can of corn, and then you can cut it in 4s. And then you made actually 4 labels, and it will work on each one of them, even though they cut it apart.
Yeah, the VoxCom, the only thing different is limited in how much space. So you might just want to use another card if you want the instructions or something read to you. So, but you can put them together with rubber band. It has a hole in it, so you can connect them.
Because
Okay?
there's only 2 of us now. I mean, the children are gone. They have their own home in Delaware. They're both married and have children. But it's so hard. And Pat goes to the store for me, but then I put them, like I said, one way, and then he changes it, and then I wind up using the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yes.
All right, so the next thing, everybody knows, so you finish your shopping.
We have a question.
Yes.
This is Bobby from Montgomery County. You're talking about canned vegetables. How about frozen vegetables? Can it be done with in a freezer?
Yes, if you put the card or if you put the label on that package, then you can read that.
And also, interrupt you there, Johnny Lynn, especially if you're totally blind, and they have plastic strips with ties that go on a package that you can put in the freezer, and you can braille it. And you can put chicken, you can braille it on, and then wrap your package. So they have to call freezer labels.
Thank you, Connie. All right. Another question?
We have a question here, Johnny.
Yes.
Some of the devices that some of the devices that you were showing me, if you have an iPhone, you can download those apps from
Yes,
free.
I was getting ready to talk about
Oh,
that in just a
sorry.
minute. That's okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about those apps.
Yes, that's okay though. All right, so next thing, okay, now you did all your work and so forth. Now you just want to relax for a few. Okay, so maybe you want to listen to a book. And everybody pretty much knows what you can utilize for that. Okay, so we have the National Library digital player. Okay, so you have your tactile buttons, of course. All right, so if you turn it on.
Player on. The
Okay.
Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Current position. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Volume 1 by Mark Twain.
So you
Time
turn the
remaining.
volume.
Hours.
You
21
raise the volume on
minutes.
that.
Battery charge remaining. Greater than 29
Tells you
hours.
your battery charge level.
Incorporated. Speed up. Read by Terrence Aselford.
This book was originally created for audio cassette playback. Any announcements concerning cassettes do not apply to this recording. This version contains markers allowing direct access to major portions of the...
And this is very good. So, and also if you get your, maybe you have some ones you downloaded from your computer, MP3. It has a USB drive on here. I don't know if people ever knew it was there, but it's on your side, and it has a little compartment there that you could take the little square thing out of and listen to your things on a USB drive. Okay?
That's not a talking book product, is it?
Yes, this is the
Oh, it is
National
talking
Library,
book.
National Library Talking Book Digital Player.
There's a question, Johnny.
Yes.
Okay.
I have that little thumb drive that goes on the side
Yes.
that I got from the library. You can get any, if you can use your computer, you can get any book from the library that they have in audio. Right now, I have 11 books on there.
Oh, good, good.
They call it a Kindle.
Yes.
Library of Congress annotation. Player on.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry I don't have one to display. Thank you, Clark. But you also have your talking Bibles. Okay. Okay, they have one that a lot of people can get. I have to find that page, and I'm not sure if Connie has one. But you can get a one for $20 if you're visually impaired. No, it's a talking Bible, digital recorder, and
It goes in the reader.
okay, and also
Aurora Ministries.
you also have one called the Go Bible, okay, which is digital. Okay, the Go Bible, it'll read your chapter and verse and so forth. You can navigate through it. It also has different versions of it. Okay, International, okay, King James, okay, and Vonage, I believe it's called.
That's
And they
not
also,
$20, is it?
No, that one is not $20. That one is about, I guess, 99 and up. Okay.
Linda had a question.
I have the applications, if anybody wants to, and the prices and what, if they want a CD or whatever, how they want it, large print or Yeah, fine.
Go ahead, Linda.
I have an electronic Bible, it's called a Bible Courier.
Yes.
It comes from the Lutheran Braille Association.
Yes, so
And it has 2 translations of any Bible you want. It has a commentary, a dictionary, and quite a few other things. And it's $75.
And I'm not sure if anyone heard that. She says she has the Courier Bible, okay, which is $75. Okay. All right, good. So that's pretty much for your leisurely items. Okay. So to recap with some of the things you can utilize, these, like Michelle said earlier, you have some apps on your iDevices you can also utilize to do these same tasks. Okay. So you have your color identifier. That's an app. You can get one for free. Okay. You have the barcode reader, which is the Digitize, and I believe they might charge for that one now. It used to be free. Okay. You have your money reader. So that's your got the name of it right this minute. I think it's called the Intel Money Reader. Okay. You also can have an RX for you to manage your sugar and your blood pressures, keeping records of that. You have an app for that. Okay. You also, let me see what else we have. Yeah, so I think that's it. You have one in here that you can check your stress level.
I'll take 2 of them.
That takes about 2 or 3 minutes, and you try to relax and do that. So you just will hold your finger on your camera, and it'll, when it's finished, it'll let you know what your stress level is. Okay.
What kind of mood to bring, huh?
Yes.
Just another question.
Yes, Michelle?
Yeah, there's also an app, I think it's a scanner where,
Oh, you talking about the KNFB reader?
no, it's just a little scanner. You can take a picture of your medications, the
Oh,
barcode
okay.
on your medication,
Yes.
and it actually sends it to your pharmacist, and they refill your prescriptions right there.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to look.
Now was the KNFB reader, so that'll also help you read your mail. So if you have difficulty reading your mail, so you can independently read your mail, take a picture of the document, and read it for you. Okay.
Is there any other
Questions?
Any other questions in our other sites there? Any questions?
Anybody have any questions?
Got a comment. This is Mary again. From the Library for the Blind, now for an app they have.
Oh, the Bard.
Bard.
Yes, the Bard.
Bard. You can download books on your cell phone.
Yeah.
On your iPhone now, I don't know whether they have that for Android yet or not, but it's some Bard Braille audio, and I think recorded download. Is it? The library.
Yeah, Bard Mobile.
Right. Yeah, you can download audio books, magazines. You have Braille on there. I don't know how that quite works, but with the...
Yeah. Well, it's more like a, I guess, text file.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hi, this is Nancy. I just happened to hear on the news yesterday, they said that there was an app called Be My Eyes, where you could point your smartphone at something you couldn't see, and there were volunteers. There's like 100 and 35,000 volunteers that have signed up to somehow, be able to look through your phone and tell you what it is that you're looking at.
Yes.
I just heard in the news, so I don't know how, well it works, but that's what I heard today.
So that's just like there's one called like VizWiz. So that's kind of, but the new one is supposed to be a little bit better and more accurate, I believe, that people can actually view and tell you what the product is. And you also have Tap-Tap-See, so you can take a picture of the item yourself and recognize what it is. Let me see if I can find it.
Page 2 of 3. Page 3 of 3. Page 3 of 3. Page 2. State. Navigation folder. To page. Assign me. Start mobile. Mail. Utilities folder. Mail. Page. Navigation. Page 2 of 3. Page 3. Tickle finger 1. Music folder. See up. Page game education folder. 7 apps. Capital H. Page. Move the tunes. Move the tunes. Page 3 of 3. Page. Talking calc. Nat. Daily living folder. Opening daily living folder. Digitize. Tap-Tap-See.
I'm just going to hold it out to the audience and see what it'll recognize here.
Take picture. Button. Picture 1 in progress.
So, like I said, you have your
Picture 1 is grouped with brown folding tables.
group it. Brown folding tables.
As you notice, which I like, which I'm in with her mobile device, she has folders created. So a lot of her apps are she's divided them and put them in a folder without having to, go all over the place to find the apps. And all them, based on what that app is, will determine which folder she puts it in.
Okay. Yeah.
Organize it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Can somebody come organize me?
Oh, yes. There'll be a slight fee.
Anybody out on
KBA or
Montgomery side? Any more questions?
Montgomery County?
I think we're good here.
How you doing, Ann?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hey, who all is here?
Pardon?
Who all is here? Ann's asking. Crawford is here.
Crawford's here. I think Montgomery County.
Montgomery. Lawrence County.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
No.
No, that was Ann.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's giant.
This is coming from there.
I don't know. Lawrence County, CBVI.
So I'm time to recognize the money, okay? All right, yes, Virginia.
Like if you want to learn a line, they have not that anybody wants to, but in case somebody does want to, they have it's called Loretta Stone.
Oh,
You ever
okay.
heard of that?
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
Yes, Rosetta Stone.
Yeah. And give away like 3 demos.
Okay.
And you can practice on your smartphone,
Okay.
And that, what do they call it, an MP player?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Virginia.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you much.
Hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You did very nice.
Thank you. From Montgomery County.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice job.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so you just have some information. I do have, I've had for.
What are they doing taxes in the big room? I figured that. It's that time of year again.
Yeah.
My niece is doing mine.
Okay.